I was asked to give a brief narration of Brother Abdullah Aziz. And you know, life can be a strange thing sometimes. You never know completely where roads will lead you. I remember talking to my grandfather and asking him how he came to Islam. And he told me that he wanted to learn a new language. So he found one brother who spoke Arabic, and he started studying Arabic with him. Then in 1942, my grandfather became a Muslim. He was not an Ahmadi, he became a Muslim. And he continued to study, and he met some other brothers from the Ahmadiyya movement of Islam. And in 1944, he became an Ahmadi Muslim. And about that time, he also changed his name. He gave up his slave name and adopted Allah's attribute, Aziz, as his new name. So I remember him telling me also the stories about how he used to preach to his eldest son to try to convince him of the truth of Islam, to get him to read. And he tells me of the struggle that he had, but he just tried to be patient with him. And by the grace of God, he saw the light. So I try to remember that patience that my grandfather told me that he showed, and try to have the same patience. So may Allah have mercy upon his soul and raise his rank in paradise.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum. This is an important event. Unfortunately, we don't take enough time to think about from whence we came, and how we get to where we are today. It is a great blessing that we had those before us who made great sacrifices, took big steps. I mean, they really were big steps to step toward the light. So let us take a moment and contemplate in this poem, which is called A Prayer for Our People, about many of those who came before us and made these sacrifices for us to be sitting here today, for us to be in this mosque today. Many of their nickels and quarters and dimes, all those things contributed to this process. Their prayers. So, as I get to places in the poem, when I say, may Allah bless them all, please say Ameen.
Ameen.
This is a prayer for our people who prayed their way through a transatlantic Holocaust and being raped of their humanity, being hung and burned alive and having their rights deprived. They survived. We survived. For our people who held it together, remaining spiritually grounded in the face of such dispiriting circumstances. Our grandmothers and grandfathers kept singing songs of God's mercy, teaching us to pray, keep hymning. For our people who lost everything, even after they had everything you could imagine taken from him. Who, if there was any reason to hate, they had it. But instead of hating, kept choosing to love. For our people who have preceded us in transition and blazed the trail, who have left us with memories and stories to tell. For our people like Sister Amina and Brother Usman Khalid, who loved us all like their own, and we were. And Brother and Sister Ali, who helped hold our Jamaat together and set the tone of sacrifice and commitment to what you believe in. May Allah bless them all.
Ameen. Ameen.
For so many others who love like Mansoura, who just loved. as she followed in the loving spirit of sisters like Sister Rashida Saeed and Sister Manira Ahmed and Sister Mubaraka and Sister Sadiqa, who were like our own mothers of the faithful. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For our early pioneers like Brother Ibn Yamim and Sheikh Ahmadine, who set the bar high for following generations. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For Brother Ibrahim Khalil Sr. and Jr., I still hear his laugh sometimes. And Brother Wali glancing over the top of his glasses, and Brother Abdul Aziz and that thing he always did when he raised his finger in prayer. And Brother Faisal, who always had a story and a smile. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For Brother Muzaffar and Brother Zubair, Brother Hanif, and Brother Sultan Latif, like fathers who shared encouraging words and their love, and Fahim, and Kahar, and Muhammad Kareem, Jawad Wali, and our young sister Shakura. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For our parents who sacrificed and stood their ground and prayed many tearful prayers for us over and over, and for our elders who, like Brother Saeed, caveat, he spent a lot of his time and money with many of the young people in the room. There's a reason many of us are here. Alhamdulillah. May Allah continue to reward him for his unusual efforts. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For our elders like Brother Manir and Brother Habibullah stayed steady and strong. There are so many I could go on and on. Since I wrote this, I must mention my mother, Sister Najma, a star in my sky, and our mothers all. May Allah bless them all.
Amen.
For us who must carry this baton in a time when it is so hard to see the light on the horizon, and when it seems the rope is so slippery and hard to hold, though discouraged and dejected, we must remember from whence we came, who sacrificed in our names. For the prophets who lived, whose lives served as examples of humanity, and the holy prophets of Islam. May Allah shower his choicest blessings upon him, and the promised Messiah alayhi wasalam, and his caliphs. Peace be upon those past, and may he prosper our present. Those who have given their lives to spreading God's message, like Mufti Muhammad Sadiq, peace be on him. For all those many who I have not mentioned, may God bless them all,
Amen.
us all.
Amen.
May God keep us all. May God shelter us and protect us all.
Amen.
May God strengthen us all.
Amen.
Nara Takbir! Nara Takbir!